we're going to fall and things are going to change, but you've got to keep your mental attitude intact and keep striving and working hard, but have a little fun as you go.
Change is inevitable. Like every success happens because you changed something and it was a fear that was within you.
Motivation only lasts for a short amount of time, but discipline is what carries you forward.
I can't do this on my own, period.
Are you looking at your business in terms of emotion, or are you looking at your business in terms of what's practical?
I still believe that America is the best country in the world. Where can a kid of immigrants with no education become a physician?
This is Small Business Celebration, where we're celebrating small businesses for big breakthroughs.
Welcome to another fantastic episode here on Small Business Celebration. We're going to be talking about ways to increase the foot traffic into your business. We're also going to be talking about the kinds of organizations that you can join as a business owner that can help attract more business to your business. And of course, we've got the Visioneer Game coming right up, which is always a lot of fun. And our guest this week is Victoria Diffee, the owner of Victoria's at the Marketplace. Welcome to Small Business Celebration.
Thank you so much for having me.
And for Visioneers who don't know who you are you and what is it that you do?
My name is Victoria Diffee, and I own Victoria's in the Marketplace.
When the customer comes in for the first time here at Victoria's, what are they going to expect to see when they first come in?
Well, I have a large selection of all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Darling capris
Okay.
with special little details on them.
Nice.
We have great dresses to choose from. I sell so many dresses. I mean, we're going into spring,
Right.
and we get warm here in Bakersfield.
That
so
it does.
we carry a lot of dresses, and a lot of ladies don't feel comfortable showing their arms totally, being sleeveless, depending on our age, of course.
Right.
So we do have a lot of really nice, lightweight little cardigans and just pretty things you can wear, little jackets that complement you and the dress you're wearing or the pants outfit you're wearing.
And you also have a wonderful collection of accessories.
I've been very fortunate. Probably about 23 years ago,
Right.
I started carrying a product called Brighton.
Okay.
And Brighton has so many beautiful pieces of jewelry in golds and silvers and hand-painted jewelry. We've got beautiful handbags that are made out of just really good quality, soft leathers from Italy and Brazil. We have sunglasses that are polarized, and we have Apple Watch bands. It goes on and on.
Right. To match that perfect dress that you
That's
want.
so true.
And all of this is very Bakersfield in that it's both very comfortable and also very practical.
So very true.
Here's one of the things I've noticed is that your boutique is one of the few that's left.
So very true.
For the ladies that walk through the door, who are typically the age demographic that come walking in?
I would say largely age 40 and up and up.
Okay. And why is that?
That's kind of my demographic, or who I cater to.
Right. And you know this is your demographic because?
You know, I have a mother, I have a daughter,
Right.
and a granddaughter.
Sure,
So
sure.
you can't be everything to everyone, but a lot of those styles, even what the 40-year-old is wearing, she wants to feel good about herself and look cute, and she's young,
Right.
is also even going to work for some of those teenagers,
Sure.
believe it or not.
Well, they're the ones that are stealing the clothes out of their mom's closets every day anyway.
So true. Yes. We went through that with my daughter, and my daughter's doing that with her daughter. So, yes.
What is old is new again, as it were.
Yes, exactly.
Why are you one of the last ones standing?
You know, hopefully you enjoy what you're doing, and yes, you put in a lot of hours.
Right.
But
Who's your partner in this business?
my husband is very supportive.
And of course, if we don't mention your husband's name, he's never going to let us down for this. Who is your husband, and how long have you been married?
Okay. My husband is David Diffee, and we've been married going on 50 years this August.
Congratulations. Wow, 50 years.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow. You blame this business on your husband, do you not?
Well, I can always fall back on that.
And how did that conversation start about this business?
We've always wanted to start a business. I'd done secretarial work for quite a few years, and one day he just said, well, gee, you really enjoy people and you put yourself together pretty well.
Right?
What about a ladies' boutique shop? And I was like, I think I could see myself doing that.
And he's the one that's the numbers person behind the scenes, so we'll never see him in this episode at all because he's the one in the back.
Back there right now.
But you couldn't do this without him.
I sure couldn't. You know, you have to have the supportive family. It's so important.
How did they get roped into this?
Well, in the early days, my daughter would come into the shop when she got out of school,
Right?
and then she would help me hang the clothes up,
Right?
you know, put them on hangers. And my son would come in and he would run off to the bank for me or bring me lunch. You know,
Sure.
they were both in high school.
Right?
And then my granddaughter, the years have gone, you know, I have a 17-year-old granddaughter now, and she was thrilled to come help.
Your husband is also a contractor,
Yes, he is.
and he can do just about anything.
He's very talented,
And that also goes for remodeling your store.
most definitely. Handyman to have around.
Exactly. Not only can he do books and bookkeeping and all that, but he can also swing a hammer. Why has remodeling your store been such an important part of your business?
Well, you always want to keep your store looking fresh and new and keep up with the times.
Okay.
And it makes everything around it look so pretty.
Right? Right? You have a tremendous amount of people that come into your store and less online. How did all that work out?
A lot of things have changed, that's for sure.
Right?
We did start an online when we went through COVID.
Right?
You know, we do have our Facebook Live that
Right.
started during COVID,
Uh-huh.
and we had backdoor pickups for people when that was going on because we
Right.
still had Easter and we had Mother's Day.
Right?
So we had to kind of scratch our heads a bit and think about what can we do now.
Right.
So every Thursday we do have a Facebook Live,
Wow.
and we are able to show our customers what's new in the store and new fashions and new jewelry. We have some giveaways that we do when we have our Facebook Live.
Good.
We encourage them to come in. We kind of dangle the carrot and
Right?
they come in.
And to go with that brand new outfit, might I suggest you get a brand new home. And to do that, you may want to talk to Mike Saba, the Zillow Premier Agent with Watson Realty. Born and raised and never left Bakersfield. Give Mike Saba a call at 661-203-8406 or reach him at mikesaba1@icloud.com today. He's also the sponsor of our Visioneer question, and Visioneer Jenna asks, we're looking for in-store events to increase the foot traffic into our business. What have you done that works?
It's a lot of fun when you have a ladies' boutique shop to
Right.
invite people in because, you know, we girls can have a great time trying on clothes and helping each other
Right?
and just have a lot of laughs.
Well, and everything is here. You don't have to go very far to do it.
This is so true.
What do you and your customers typically talk about when you're here in the store?
How's your family? How many grandchildren do you have? We just talk about life
Right?
and maybe what event are they going to
Ah.
and what special things are happening in their world.
And that helps formulate what you carry.
Most definitely does. You know, we're all doing many things.
Mm.
And our lifestyle is a little more casual,
Okay.
but we are still going to life celebrations. We have
Right.
weddings, we have cruises,
Right?
we have graduations.
Right?
But again, we're going out to the kids' ball game too. So
Right?
day to day, we're a little bit more casual for sure than we
Right.
used to be,
Right?
but we still have some wonderful life celebrations. So we need a little bit of everything when we're getting ready to go to these events.
All the heavy cotton and tweed is no longer in vogue anymore. Is that what you're trying to say? Thank goodness.
No.
Why is that in-person contact so important?
You know, when I first started, I can remember there was a salon a couple doors down from me.
Right.
Every week, I always had new arrivals coming in, and still do.
Right.
I would take my little rolling rack and put my little clothes on there, and I would go into the salon and show the ladies my goods.
Right.
And it helped me get started.
Sure, right. And that's what started the whole process of getting them to know who you are and bringing them into the store.
Yes, it sure did.
And that brings us to the Visioneer game. Now, Visioneers, if this is your first time, the way that it works is I have a random word generator here on my phone, and I have no idea what word is going to be randomly generated. More importantly, neither does our guest. And our guest has to go ahead and take one of each of 3 words and somehow associate it with her business. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll be.
Okay, your very first word is endure.
Well, you endure a lot
Right?
in having your own business, and you just need to keep encouraging yourself and try to get up with a smile and try to block out those negative things.
Sounds good. Congratulations, you got the first word. Well done, you. Okay, our second word is unit.
Well, you have a unit of employees, you all work together,
Right?
and you help each other. It's so important to surround yourself with good people.
Perfect. Well done. That's 2 words. Our last one, and the fate of the world. Civilization is on your shoulders. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Self.
Take care of yourself as you're going through owning your own business and all that goes along with it.
Right?
Just make sure you eat your meals, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whatever keeps you going,
Sure.
and that you treat yourself little treats along the way.
Perfect. Well done. 3 for 3. Well, see, it wasn't that hard, was it?
Not so bad.
Well, and part of going through and treating yourself well, when you're doing your Facebook Lives, you give your audience treats for participating, do you not?
We have a drawing, and they have to watch the previous Facebook Live, and they have to make a response. They could say hi to their friends or ask a question,
Right.
and then that enters them into the drawing that will be given away the following week.
So they have to pay attention to not just the one that they're watching, but every Thursday.
That's the hope.
That's brilliant. Because that goes through and it keeps a regular audience coming back over and over and over again. What kinds of prizes do you give away?
We give away gift cards. This week we're celebrating the beginning of spring.
Right?
I have got some jewelry I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to give away $50 gift cards also, even a tote bag or a handbag.
Right?
Kind of mix it up.
You started off as a secretary, and then you and your husband opened this business. You had no idea what you were getting yourself into.
Very true.
What did you do in that regard, and why was it important to you?
Well, as you say, I've never done anything like this before.
Right?
And I heard there was a class I could take
Right.
in Los Angeles at the California Mart.
Right?
And that was a week-long class. It taught me everything you need to know about retail.
In a week.
Is what it's entitled.
Okay.
And also, I used to go to Los Angeles every week, and I had my shopping list with me.
Right.
It was smaller then than it is now.
Right?
I would walk the streets of LA in the garment district, and I would make my purchases like that. And then I would bring all those clothes back, and my husband and my daughter and my son would meet me here in the back room. We would take all of those clothes and bring them in, unpackage them, put them on hangers, and make them pretty
Right?
to go out on the floor
Every week?
every week.
Wow, you racked up a lot of miles.
I did.
But why was this important to make a weekly trip instead of a monthly or a quarterly trip?
I always wanted to have new merchandise in my store and keep it fresh and new.
Right?
You have to learn. You can't love everything, and sometimes you make mistakes, so you put those things on sale
Right?
and you bring in more goodies.
Not letting things get old or stale. Why is that important in a boutique like this?
Ladies want to see what's new. They want all the pretty new things that are coming along.
Is this also where the idea for the weekly prize for your Facebook Lives come from?
It is,
Okay.
because we do show our new arrivals.
Uh-huh.
We've always got, honestly, there's always new things coming in the door every single week.
Wow.
And so they're the first to see what's brand new in the store. Also promotions that are going on in the store. Brighton has promotions quite often. Right now we have a free Brighton gift tote with purchase. You know, there's always something fun going on, and keep it lighthearted.
And that brings us to our next Visioneer question, which is brought to you by Mike Saba, a Zillow Premier agent with Watson Realty, selling Bakersfield homes since 1992. Give Mike Saba a call at 661-203-8406 or reach him at mikesaba1@icloud.com today. Visioneer Andrew asks, we know that personal connections is the basis to grow your business. Let's try this again. Visioneer Andrew asks, we know that personal connections is the basis to grow our business. Beyond networking mixers, how have you made connections and what kinds of organizations have been the most effective for your business?
When I first started this business, I had someone come into my shop.
Yeah.
And she was with the Guild House,
Okay.
which is a beautiful historic home downtown Bakersfield. And she invited me to take part in their fashion shows that they have at the Guild. They do good things. It's run by volunteers also.
Okay.
And it's supportive of Henrietta Weil Institute, which is for counseling for children here in town.
And doing the fashion show in support of the Guild House not only supported the efforts of the Guild House, but also helped your business as well. Why is that?
Well, it puts you out there in your community, and people would get familiar with who I was and where I was located,
Right.
and they came into my store because of that.
And also, you started getting involved in another organization that was closer to your heart.
I joined Links for Life
And what did they do?
organization and helping them, supporting them. I had an employee here in the shop, and she was going through breast cancer, and I wanted to help in a little way that I could. So we've been a part of Links for Life, gosh, for over 20 years.
And you've raised quite a bit of money for them.
We have. It's kind of crazy what you can do, 1 year at a time. I know we've raised over $35,000.
Wow.
Which is crazy when I say it out loud, but
Right.
you can do your part and help others.
For the business owner that's struggling out there, what words of encouragement do you have for them right now?
Well, you need to have little treats for yourself and things that you do when things are going well, but also I think daily devotions are really important to me in keeping yourself in the right mental place.
Right. What is your favorite inspirational quote?
I just want to, you say inspirational, I think of my dad.
Yeah?
He says, pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Why is that?
Well, we're going to fall,
Right.
and things are going to change, but you've got to keep your mental attitude intact and keep striving and working hard, but have a little fun as you go. There's a lot of bumps along the way, but just don't give up. You can do this.
Victoria, this has been a real treat. Thank you for joining us here on Small Business Celebration.
Well, thank you for having me.
And if Visioneers want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Well, we are at 9000 Ming Avenue, number K4, next door to Mama Tosca's restaurant. Or they can reach out to me. My email is info@shop@victorias.com.
Phone number?
661-665-8300.
And are you on social media?
We are, yes. We are on Facebook Live every Thursday.
And if you enjoy Small Business Celebration, go ahead and like, subscribe, and notify, and leave a comment. Talk about something about Victoria's here in the marketplace. We'll make sure that Victoria knows all about it. And I'll be right back with my final thought. Visioneers, do you know what the ultimate accessory to your business is? Yes, it's our blog at Small Business Celebration. Yes, simply go to smallbusinessscelebration.com/blog. Get all the other information, other insight about our guests you had no idea about by simply going to our blog at smallbusinessscelebration.com/blog today. The path to encouraging your community to do well. Recently, I had the honor of attending a women's March Madness game, and I knew that one of the teams, the home team, was going to have their band there, and I was excited about that because partially how I paid for college was by being in the band. And if you're not familiar, the band is kind of the ultimate cheerleading squad for their team, because when the band gets excited, the team gets excited. And when the team gets excited, the crowd gets excited. And when the crowd gets excited, the band gets excited, and it becomes this ever-growing loop of excitement. Well, when I got to the game, I found out the opposing team was also going to have their band there as well. And this was even better. Can you imagine two dueling bands getting everybody all wound up and excited? This was going to be 3 hours of fun, especially since both teams on paper were evenly matched. Holy cow, this was going to be great fun to watch. And then the game started, and sure enough, both teams were really evenly matched as the game started. And that's when I began to notice something. There was a stark difference between the home team's band and the other team's band. You see, the home team's band, they sounded great. All their uniforms were all put together. Their band director, she was out there in front leading the band. She knew what music to play at what time. She had her headset on. She was tuned into the truck because this was a live national televised program that night. And she just had it with it, and the band had it with it, and they were going great gung-ho. But the other band, well, they were there, and their t-shirts all matched, and they were reading their music not memorized like the other team, or excuse me, the other band, but their music, they were reading it off of music stands, and the band director was behind the band giving cues to the drummer who was setting off the band on when they were to start. And at the beginning of the game, it was fine. But after halftime, when the tensions of the game were growing and growing and growing, and the televised planned out timeouts were becoming far and fewer, and more of the timeouts that were coming were being handled by the bands because they weren't scripted, the evidence became greater and greater, the significance of the two bands. For when the home team's band got a timeout, boom, they were on it. They had the music, they knew what they were doing, and they were all songs that people knew and got the crowd jumping and hopping and pumping. The other team, when it was their turn for the timeout, they were surprised. Oh my gosh, there's a timeout. What are we gonna play? Oh, and they would fumble through and decide what music they were gonna play, and then the band director was behind them madly trying to get everything organized and get the drummer set to go. And by the time they started playing, the timeout was half over. And as a result, the crowd for the home team became more and more raucous. The band was playing more and more with even more energy than ever before, and that was being beamed straight into the team. And now the team was performing even better, and now the crowd was getting absolutely raucous. So much so that by the end of the game, the score wasn't even close. The home team just walked all over the other team. And as the final buzzer sounded, the winning team, the winning team's band, I should say, they played the fight song not once, not twice, but 3 times, played the alma mater, and then played another 6 songs after that. And the crowd was going bonkers, for the team had made Sweet 16, and the team was just bounding with joy. Meanwhile, the other band simply picked up their stuff and walked away. A good band relies on a good band director. A good band director decides what the band is supposed to sound like, what the band is supposed to look like, how they're supposed to perform, when they're supposed to perform, what kinds of music they're supposed to perform, at what time. A good band has a good band director that really encourages and supports and, yes, sometimes cajoles their band to success. And when the band does well, the team does well. And when the team does well, the community does well. It's sort of like us as business owners. Yes, there are times where we have to go through and yes, we support our business, we support our employees, we encourage our employees, and yes, sometimes we cajole them as well. But when we're an effective business owner, we have an effective and successful business. And when we have a successful business, our vendors and our customers, our team does well. And when our business and our customers and our vendors do well, the community does well. I hope you enjoyed our conversation this week with Victoria Diffee, the owner of Victoria's at the Marketplace, and I hope you learned something that you can use today to grow a strong and profitable business. And we'll see you here next week when we celebrate another small business making a big breakthrough. Why do some clothing designers never change their designs?
They have no imagination. I don't know.
Close.
They should, but
They're very closed-minded. Oh, boo, boo, yes, yeah. What do you call a Scottish cat who always wears the right kilt for the occasion?
I don't know. Catnip. I don't know where, what. I'm just...
The cat is a platypus.
Oh. Oh boy. It's bad.
The whole interview goes like this. Don't worry about it. Shall we start?
I guess so.
Okay. Welcome to another fantastic episode here on Small...